Welcome back. Sport now. The government changed hands over 100 days ago, and for one new minister, it's already been a bumpy ride at certain points of the journey. Tonight, we take a look at how the sport minister has fared in the role to date. Philip Watts ascended to Member of Parliament for Lahokota Talparo in the last general election and was named Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs in early May. A businessman and project manager outside of politics, Watts said the first 100 days have been a mixed bag. When he assumed the role, he said his major focus in the early part of his tenure was fact-finding.
In my early stage of development as minister, I conducted a comprehensive review and internal audit of the ministry's work. I view my 100 days as being on a mission to revitalize, enhance, and develop a workable blueprint.
However, even as he was settling into the job, the bulk of the Sport Company of Trinidad and Tobago's board resigned on May 12th. 2 months later, Watts said the process of choosing a new one was ongoing. In response to questions sent last week, 3 months after the dissolution of the board in May, Minister Watts says it remains a work in progress.
The board's Committee of Cabinet under the astute leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister is in the process of vetting potential board appointees to fill the various boards. I have been given the assurance that the various boards under my ministry would be appointed shortly, as it is incumbent on us to ensure the board reflects persons who will have the necessary skills and expertise to fulfill government's mandate.
The sport minister assured that due diligence is behind the delay, but back in June was urged to treat the matter with some urgency. He contended that the absence of a board isn't affecting the ministry's operations, but a number of developments in recent weeks have challenged that view. Without any clarity on their funding, Trinidad and Tobago's hockey teams to the Pan American Cups withdrew the day before they were scheduled to compete. That action incurred sanctions and fines from the Pan American Hockey Federation and broadcaster ESPN. The Tennis Association of Trinidad and Tobago cancelled 11 of 13 tournaments in its Summer of Tennis program, citing non-disbursement of already allocated funds. A new Trinidad and Tobago Boxing Board of Control is also yet to be appointed. Officials of the sport have warned that it would jeopardize all pugilists' hopes of qualifying for the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. In response to queries about the limbo, and despite delays which have and still can prove catastrophic for local sportsmen and women, Watts' vision is to encourage national sporting organizations to seek their independence.
Going forward, we will enforce compliance with existing constitutions, financial regulation, and best practice governance standards. Where disputes arise, we will facilitate independent mediation to restore stability. We will also link public funding to performance targets and accountability benchmarks.
The number of high-profile issues on Minister Watts' desk suggests that the new man in the sports seat hasn't had a moment's rest since taking up the post. In reflecting on the first 100, the minister's utterances give the impression that he sees transformation of the ministry's processes and human resources as paramount to executing future plans.